Hello, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful evening in Asha. So excited. Many of you have been asking to do a tour of my library. And I was thinking, okay, well, do you know what? Let's start with my all-time favorite bookcase. We won't start with this one behind me yet because I'm going to have to organize it a little bit, but I'll show you my favorite one. It has my treasures in it, has my life in it, my friends. And this bookshelf, my son built me. So I think you can imagine what it means to me. And then on top of it, on this bookshelf that my son built me, I put all of my favorite things. And so I'm so excited to share it with you. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to take, I have a book I keep on the top shelf, my friends, and it's the most magical, most beautiful book I own. And in it, I have written, you know, we've talked about this before, but in case you weren't here, magic was written are named after the Magi, the Zoroastrian priest. And I have some of their very original writings. I have their two most powerful spells, and I have the very first spell that was ever written down in the history of mankind. And at the end of this, I'll share that with you. But first, I'm going to share you the love of my life, my bookshelf. And I don't show many people this, and I feel very vulnerable as I do, because it's almost like you're looking inside of me, my friends. So I hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for the end, and I'll share my all-time favorite book with you guys also. I love you. All right, so there's my all-time favorite bookshelf that my son built for me. And I'll show you all the little goodies I got here. So down below we have a singing bowl, and that is set tuned to the heart chakra. And up here we have some of my all-time favorite books. We have the Teachings of the Magi. We have the Avesta and the Gathas, the Zoroastrian Magi text. We have Carl Jung, the Archetypes and the Collective Unconscious, Science of Mind. Here we got some of my favorite crystals. These ones mean a lot to me. They have great memories. This one here, I remember me and my daughter got this, and we took it to a waterfall to cleanse it, and we just had the most beautiful memories. And just every one of these in here has a memory of family or friends. Matter of fact, at the very bottom, let me show you if I can get it. This was my very first crystal I ever got, so it means a lot to me. We have some red calcite, we have turquoise. This is one of my favorites that I made into a necklace. Over here we got some different incense, a crow feather. You'll probably recognize a few of these. We got Circe, picture of Dorian Gray, Yoga Sutras, Tao Te Ching. As we come up, got another crystal, and this is so sweet. So I have deer on the property here, and this was a buck that came back every year. So that's when he was little, and then got a little bigger and a little bigger, and he's huge now. But every year I keep one of his horns just to remember. And then the top shelf, this is my everything right here. I have a very special, this is my very first tarot deck ever. And then, of course, Asha. This is my everything. And if you got a minute, we'll sit down and I'll flip through it and just show you some of the beautiful writing in here. I just wanted to thank you guys. Those of you who are still here, you're the reason I do this every day for. Spending this time with you, friends, family. I'm so grateful for you. So this is the first tarot deck I ever had. And it might look like everyone else's tarot deck, but it's so special to me. Whenever I hold it in my hand, it just brings back such beautiful memories. I love this card. Beautiful messages. So precious. And then, guys, my life, my soul. If you've been on this channel for any amount of time, this is my everything. This is Asha. And I want to show you some of the treasures hidden in here. I have written in here the very first spell ever written down in the history of mankind. I have the two most powerful magi spells ever for protection and provision. And this book, I've had it with me forever. I'll say it's falling apart. It's literally falling apart. But I just wanted to show you what love looks like. I have all my dreams and visions written in here. I have prayers and spells. And I'll share a few of those with you, but I just wanted to show you the book itself first. There's something beautiful in a tangible object. It has that frequency of spirit and love, and truth. And I mean, there's really not any room to write. It's all ripped. But I'll never be apart from this book. That's why it sits on my top shelf. And I go to it every day and spend time with it. It's a friend. It's a best friend. It's my life. You get the idea. But can I read a little bit for you from it? So our prayer, Yata'ahu. It's said of this, it's a primordial utterance of such a nature that if all the corporal world should learn it and hold fast by it, they would be redeemed from their mortality. Now, of course, I have it memorized, and I'll give you the prayer in its original Avestan, and then I'll break down what it means and what it does. But the Magi, like if someone sneezes, or feels like they might be coming down with a cold, or if they're in a situation where they start to get scared, they'll say Yata'ahu, and then all that represents comes. It's the protection of the Magi that were, are, and shall be. It's all the holy spells that have ever been prayed and will be prayed, all become yours. My friends, it's a light that is around you that darkness cannot enter. Yata'ahu vario atara tush ashat chita cha vangush dazda manango shatana mangush mazdai sharthrem chai ahurai yem dregubio ... Vastarem. And now it's said of this spell that when 1/3 is prayed, your enemy shudders with fear. When 2/3 is prayed, they fall to their knees. And when the prayer is finished, your enemy is obliterated, no matter what it is. If it is a person or an evil spirit or a sickness and a disease, my friends, it cannot live in the presence of that frequency of that spell. And it said this is the very spell that God prays. And now when we say that God prays, is he begging a deity higher than himself? No, my friends, we decree and declare, and so it is. And as we speak truth, I am divine life, and sickness and disease dies when it touches me. I am light, and darkness flees before me. My God, my God. And sometimes I just try to speak to my wonderful friends normally, but the Spirit, it bubbles up in me, my friends, and I have to preach it. It says, just as the Lord wills, so the priestly king. In consciousness of Asha, Asha is the only thing that could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind. My friends, it is bliss, it's perfection, it's love. It's unmixed, it's undiluted, it's undefiled, it's good. The gift of Vohomenu, that's the God mind. All activity now comes from wisdom. It's the original word incarnate. The Good Shepherd brings the government of Ahura Mazda, and Asha, heaven on earth, is actualized in me and then outside of me. Asha is a Shemvahu Vahastemasti Usta Amai Yatashai Bestai Hashem. Come, Holy Spirit, Asha, be actualized. My God, my God. Whew, I feel that through everything I am. This book, my friends, I mean, well, I was saying we could spend years. We spent almost 9 years going through this book every day. It's so beautiful. I want to read to you. Let's do Asha 5. Asha 5 says, believe only the highest truth and enter Asha. As the wise Lord is perfect, so his idea of creation is perfect. What else could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind? This is called Asha, truth. This idea of truth is the very spirit of God. It is much more than not making a false statement. It is the true vision of God's ideal existence. It is the real above all real. There's a story to that. The highest truth, creation in perfect order, perfect harmony, where nothing occurs at the expense or harm of another. Beautiful. So those are my treasures. Guys, on my favorite bookshelf, my favorite books, my favorite cards, my favorite deer antlers, and my crow feathers, and my incense of frankincense and myrrh, and just beautiful memories. I love it, and I think you know this. I love, love, love you.